It was early morning in Jerusalem. Jesus was teaching in the temple courts. Crowds gathered around him, hungry for truth, thirsty for hope. Then suddenly, the noise broke. The Pharisees and teachers of the law stormed in, dragging a woman through the crowd. She was terrified, disheveled, caught in the very act of adultery. They threw her to the ground in front of Jesus. "Teacher," they said, "this woman was caught in the act. The law of Moses says she must be stoned. What do you say?" It wasn't just a question. It was a trap. If Jesus said stone her, he'd lose his reputation as a man of mercy. If he said, let her go, he'd be accused of breaking God's law. The crowd leaned in, stones in hand, hearts full of judgment. And Jesus said nothing. He bent down and began writing in the dust with his finger. Nobody knows what he wrote, but every second of silence felt heavier than the law itself. They pressed him again. "What do you say?" Then he stood up, looked them in the eyes, and said words that silenced centuries of condemnation. "Let the one among you who has never sinned throw the first stone." One by one, the sound of stones began to fall. Thud. From the oldest to the youngest, they walked away, until only Jesus and the woman remained. He looked at her and said, "Where are your accusers? Has no one condemned you?" She whispered, "No one, Lord." Then Jesus said, "Neither do I condemn you. Go and sin no more." That's the moment everything changed. Because this story isn't just about a woman caught in sin. It's about all of us caught in shame. We've all stood in that circle. We've all felt the weight of guilt, the glare of judgment, the fear of exposure. But when everyone else is ready to throw stones, Jesus steps in between. He doesn't excuse the sin. He redeems the sinner. That's what mercy does. It kneels down where the broken are and lifts them up again. You see, grace doesn't ignore truth. Grace fulfills it. Jesus didn't come to erase the law. He came to satisfy it with love. That's why the cross matters. Because the only one in that circle who had the right to throw a stone chose to bear the stones instead. He took our punishment, our shame, our sin, so that we could stand forgiven, free, and brand new. So if you've fallen, if you feel unworthy, if you think God's done with you, hear this. He's not. The same Jesus who lifted that woman is still saying today, "Neither do I condemn you. Go and sin no more."